but I'm excited. I'm very excited.
Dude, period.
Especially for today. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Reality Check podcast. My name is Cody. I am with my co-host,
Ethan.
And guess what? We got big things happening today, and I'm very excited. Despite the sad news of the coronavirus, which I want to bring up real quick, that was what our last video was about. We did a couple posts on Instagram, and people were a little bit upset with the satire.
You know what's funny? I was wondering if you were going to bring that up.
I was. What we were really trying to do is, we even put it in a comment, if you guys look at the comments on that post, but we were really just trying to bring some light into the whole, like, don't get me wrong, the coronavirus is, like, terrible and a lot of things. I mean, it's a very hard time right now, but we were just trying to be funny and, like, we're idiots. So like,
yeah, and if I especially hurt anyone's feelings, I do apologize. I remember a specific comment, and I won't go into too much detail, but I remember a specific comment saying, "This might be a little too early to make this joke." I maybe should have mentioned that it was satire, but you know,
we'll leave it up to the people.
Yeah.
But without any further ado, you know, we got our first guest today, and I think you guys are gonna like her. She is my sister, an upcoming, wannabe Instagram model, if you will, a businesswoman, and it is Carli Henderson. Welcome to the show, Carli.
Oh yeah,
Thank you. As they say in my country, gracias.
Ooh.
Gracias.
Which we're about to get to the topic here. We got an unsponsored drink here, but Ethan has one too, because these two are above the age of 21.
That is true. As of 7 days ago.
March 13th.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to that. Holy crap. Best birthday gift I've ever gotten.
We had a wonderful celebration, but Carli, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
I heard you're a little bit nervous.
I am a little bit nervous, I'll be honest. I get a little weird when I see myself on camera, but we're going to power through.
Don't look at yourself on camera.
I won't.
Awesome.
So I hate to interrupt you guys. One thing I want to mention, which I've mentioned before previously, I've complained multiple times about these headphones producing no audio.
I recall.
The man, the myth, the legend has finally put audio into my ear holes.
We got things going in the studio now. I'm going to be getting a pair, and our guest, unfortunately, you don't get to experience it, but excuse me.
A shame.
So Carli, you were in Mexico. I mentioned she's my sister, but I've been refraining from like communicating with her specifically for this podcast. But you were in Cabo, Mexico.
Indeed, I was.
And is that the official name? Is Cabo?
Cabo San Lucas, specifically. The greater Cabo area is Los Cabos, but where I stayed was Cabo San Lucas.
Holy moly! That is just magnificent.
It was a wild time.
What was that like?
It was crazy. I'll be honest. It was actually classier than I thought it was gonna be. But like, for example, like every 2 minutes, someone was walking around with a full bottle, pouring shots in my mouth. Like the people that work there.
Really?
I'm like,
no way.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was like, this is gonna get what people doing like backflips and like on each other's shoulders and other things that probably shouldn't be talked about on the podcast. But a lot of wild stuff in that Cabo pool.
Oh boy.
So it is. It's very standard for people like to go to Florida and whatnot. Correct. So, I mean, my friends. I was supposed to go to Florida with my friends, but I mean, financials, whatever. Was it as like what I was seeing in Florida? Was it as crazy? Because like the spring break scene in Florida is always like party.
Yeah, I mean, it 100% depends where you go in Florida. Like Fort Lauderdale. Wild, ratchet, wild.
For sure. Panama City was pretty wild.
Yeah, that too. Panama City's kind of fell off though. I think Fort Lauderdale is definitely the new wave.
The new wave for sure.
But yeah, it's a lot crazier there. I'd say it was more classy than I thought it would be.
So, but Cabo was more classy than what you thought it would be.
Yeah, surprisingly.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I saw your stories. Do you want to tell the people where to follow you at?
Oh, yeah, you can follow me, since I'm a wannabe Instagram model, you can follow me at Carli Henderson, Carli with an I. But yeah, well, I guess the craziest part of the trip, well, it's just something that was like interesting, is we were, taking our wannabe Instagram model pictures on the beach, and a man approached us and said, "Hey, are you going down to the party down the beach?" And we were like, "No, we weren't planning on it." And he said, "Well, what if I give you free bottle service?"
Holy moly.
We
Holy
said,
freaking moly.
"That's enticing." So he gives us a free bottle of tequila, a free bottle of vodka, and like any mixers that we wanted, and like our own little like booth area. Yeah, it was pretty cool. It looked like we were big spenders.
I was going to say, I mean, especially like being able to have those things handed to you.
Yeah.
You probably save so much money on your trip.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I mean, I'm thinking about how much money they spent in alcohol. It was insane.
yeah,
Like
but
I said, like people just pouring shots all the time.
And I'm just starting to get the joke that she came in with, which is super awkward, which was gracias, as they say in my country. She
Yes.
went to Mexico, guys.
It's
if you didn't
actually
get that.
gracias.
Yeah, she was texting me and she was like texting in Spanish. I mean, I knew what it was because like I'm not a delinquent, but like,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, whatever. That's the wrong verbiage, but whatever.
Oh god.
I mean, okay, so the whole coronavirus thing is going on right now.
Yeah.
Are we gonna beat that bush again?
Well, I mean, no,
I shouldn't say that disrespectfully,
but it's just like was that like a hot topic in
It was
Cabo?
not. No, I'm actually trying to book a flight to Cancun if anyone wants to go. I want to go back because it was just never mentioned. It's not a concern. It's not a threat. There's like 100 cases total.
no way.
Yeah.
That's wild because
It was.
I mean, especially in Florida, I keep bringing that up, but like news channels were everywhere. Like, why are you guys here? Like, why are you guys like at the beach? But so I mean, was it not hard to catch a flight back? Because mother actually messaged me and was like, "Hey, Carli needs you to book a flight." Or whatever.
Oh, did she say it like that?
Yeah, she did.
Okay.
Yeah, actually she did. But
Okay.
so Cabo was good. I'm a little jealous. You and we were supposed to take a trip.
Yeah, we were.
To Colorado.
Yeah,
Because we were gonna do some skiing.
we were. We were supposed to leave Friday, actually.
That's canceled.
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 100% canceled.
You were both, and I mean, I know him more than you, obviously, but like you were both so psyched about that.
I was so excited, and especially like where we are. I mean, this is like Colorado's prime snow time. So like we were gonna get powder, and it was gonna be great. And for any of you who ski and have skied in Colorado, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But these Michigan hills just aren't cutting it anymore. So
Colorado does hit different.
but unfortunately, due to the coronavirus, I know I keep bringing it up, but like that's the whole reason this isn't gonna work.
Yeah,
ski resorts were closing.
Yeah. All of them closed. The governor like mandated that all of them be closed. Actually, my friend was in Oregon skiing and they like canceled in the middle of the day and sent everybody home. So,
Really?
Yeah, big bummer.
That's a shaft.
Jeez,
That's a whole shaft.
that is
Shaft
really,
and a half.
It's a shaft and a half.
You're preaching. But
Yeah.
no. So, and I didn't mean to cut you off, but I just wanted to talk about this. I'm very alcohol virgin. 7 days.
Oh my
alcohol
gosh.
virgin.
Let's talk about the other night.
And I was. What happened?
This man.
I can't hardly remember.
I'll bring it up.
Oh boy.
This man walks in with a pack of mics and goes, "It's gonna be a good night, ladies and gentlemen."
Mike's Hard Lemonade.
Mike's Hard Lemonade. But hold on, hear me out.
Okay.
We had this discussion. Ethan doesn't abuse alcohol,
I
Okay.
really don't.
but
As of 7 days ago.
tell the viewers and my sister here what you did out when you went to go pick up the alcohol, because like
Oh yeah, holy cow! And I have the receipt as well, but because I can never forget, of course. No, I went into the store and I waited there until 11:55 in the line to show this lady my ID until it turned 12.
Right.
And I bought a bottle of
Rosé.
I think it was Barefoot Rosé.
Right.
Got home, did a little cheers to myself, and then drank it, and then poured 3/4 of it back into the bottle.
Yeah,
and I never touched it again.
His exact
Understandably so. Understandable.
his exact words were, "This is fucking disgusting."
I'd have to agree. I'd have to
Yeah.
agree.
I'm not a wine guy, but I did take a little sip of this earlier, and I was going to ask you, you seem like the alcohol prophet. No, I'm joking. I don't know the difference between, you said something about before we went live.
Yeah, this is Pink Moscato. So it's a sweet wine. Like it usually says on the back of the bottle. So this one's like all the way to the sweet side almost. So a dry wine, I don't even know how to explain it. I'm not a wine connoisseur
No, it's fine.
by any means.
That's not true.
I'm not a
That's
wine
not
connoisseur.
true.
You threw out some terms like
That's not true.
Before we started this podcast, that was like, oh shoot, she knows her stuff.
No, I simply don't. I just always shoot for a sweet wine.
I gotcha.
A dry wine is going to be like very bitter, very hard to drink, but I don't know. Some people like it. It's kind of an acquired taste.
Yeah, I
Would not
definitely
recommend.
like this. For
Yeah,
sure.
when I was in
It's
Alaska with Dad,
Yeah.
we met up with this German dude, and like I mean, people in Europe are more of like wine people than we are, but like
Right.
they were this German guy walks.
Are you okay?
Did I miss something? What just happened?
Oh wow, that was just
checking on
not
you.
as strong as the last. I'm a baby.
He's an alcoholic.
7 days in.
I'm working on it. 7 days in.
No,
Anyways.
we met up with this German guy, and he comes over with a bottle of wine and goes, "Do you guys want any wine?" And we're like, "Yeah, sure, whatever." We didn't want to be disrespectful or whatever. And he's like, he takes a sip and he like swishes it around in his mouth.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Did he spit it back out?
no, he drank it, but he's like really acquiring that taste.
Huh.
And I took a sip and I said,
Was
I
it a
don't
red
like
wine?
this.
You don't
I think
recall
it-
the color.
I think it was dog shit, to be honest with you.
Oh, okay.
It was so disgusting.
boy. Oh,
it was
gosh.
the worst thing I've ever tasted in my life.
Oh, boy.
But yeah, that's besides. That's
A,
besides
a
the point.
general like wine connoisseur will actually, so they'll like take it, swirl it, put it in their mouth, swish it around, and actually spit it back out, like just to get the flavor.
No way.
Yeah, strange.
Wow, I've seen like a few wine connoisseurs. They like literally stick their whole nose. Like
Yeah, they
No.
sniff
Yeah,
it.
you gotta take it
you
all
really
in.
do. Holy
There's
cow.
actually a term for a wine connoisseur. Are you familiar with it?
Connoisseur.
Yeah, it's connoisseur.
Connoisseur of wine.
No, sommelier.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that something you learned in Mexico?
No, but I am educating you boys.
I'm a sommelier.
I appreciate that.
Sommelier.
I appreciate that. Actually, speaking of connoisseuring, our neighbor at the lake, he
Okay.
he bought a really expensive. I think it was gifted to him actually, of like whiskey, like aged smoked whiskey or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, he loves. Is it Mike?
Yeah, and he takes it and he's like, this has a very smoky.
Yeah.
Very. I'm like.
Yeah. Like, how can you tell?
Like,
it's
what-
all.
dude,
It's all gross to
whatever.
me.
That's besides the
Right.
point. But
Yeah.
Anyways.
He's a whiskey connoisseur for sure. He loves his good old fashioned.
Yeah, I hate to deter. I wasn't trying to.
no, I love
know,
it. I love it. I love
yeah,
these
sweet.
type of conversations.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
just to change up the topic a little bit, you and I, we've talked about schooling a little bit, but Carli here is a Purdue University major. Well, not a major, but student, if you will.
I'm not a
Majoring
major.
in Purdue University.
Majoring in Purdue.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So you actually used to go for nursing,
Correct.
and then you changed to business.
Yeah, those were not the days.
What made you change your mind, and how's the journey been since?
Let me just tell you. So I was in nursing for 3 years. Year 3 is when I decided, hey, I actually hate this. Due to me passing out multiple times, I saw an IV.
You saw an IV. I hate needles myself, but
I didn't used to. Now I simply cannot
no,
look
you
at them.
can't
Huh.
stand them.
Can't stand them. No, they did an IV and I like literally fell over. Well, I didn't fall over. I fell into a chair and I was just staring at my teacher because I couldn't talk. And she's like, Carli, are you okay? I'm like, nope. And so they laid me down and I was like, you know what? I'm good. So then they did a catheter. Do you know what a catheter is?
I know exactly what a catheter is.
Okay. Do you have it? Do you have experience?
I do not have any experience in the field.
Okay, you said that in a strange way. So
Are you sick?
Sorry.
Are you gonna contaminate us?
I'm not sick. My
Good.
throat just hurts. So yeah, I saw a catheter and down she went. She went down again.
Yeah.
So they said, you know what, you should probably go home. And I agree. So anyways, that was actually year 2. And then year 3, day 1, we were simply talking about baby formula, nothing even remotely disgusting. And down I go. And I called my dad and I said, Dad, I am done with nursing. I'm changing majors.
How far into it were you?
3 years. Yeah, well, yeah, like 2.5 years. Yeah.
Shoot. Okay.
Which
Well,
is-
I mean,
Ask Dad's reaction to that, would you? Or
Would you
just
want-
guess
do you-
Dad's
you want me to
reaction.
Call him on the. Oh, when you said you wanted to change.
Yeah.
Well, that's what's best for you. Then I guess that's what we got to do.
Not even close.
Really?
Yeah.
Was he
Do we have the
angry?
same dad? Oh, he was upset.
Really?
Oh, very.
Our dad is a very calm human being.
Yeah,
so-
I mean, he wasn't mad, but he was like, you're not thinking, like, you still want to do this. This is good money. And I'm like, yeah, it is good money, but I can't go on. So
Right. Well,
that was the turning point, really.
I mean, you got to do what's best for you at the end.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
so you transitioned into business, and how's that going?
See, well, basically the reason, I always wanted to kind of do business, but the reason I'm a selling and sales management major.
Interesting. I like, this is the stuff I talk about.
Yeah.
You know, so like there's some stuff that I saw in the notes, or kind of the plan that we have that
Notes?
I think
What
I'll be
notes?
pretty, I mean, this is completely improv.
Yeah, completely.
Anyways, go on. Sorry.
No,
Anyway.
talk to me. I love business. I love talking about it.
Yeah, no, I mean, honestly, for the most part, I just like hearing other people's. I'm
Yeah.
super empathetic to people wanting to start a business or even getting interested in sales.
Yeah.
Not only is that a huge confident boost,
This brings us right back to
Sorry, guys.
condolences.
Oh gosh, oh boy, it's gonna be more hate in the comments. No, I have a ton of empathy for people wanting to start a business or just getting into sales. It's a huge confidence booster. It just teaches you a lot about customer rapport, which is a bunch of boring words that half of our demographic probably either doesn't know or is not interested in.
Doesn't care. Yeah.
Anyways,
Agreed.
I want to hear more about.
Well, so you're like more of the entrepreneurial side of things.
None of us can talk. It might be the pink
Bubbly's getting to us.
mosquito.
The bubbly. The bubbly.
The boobly. But so what I do is like actually very different, and I would rather do entrepreneurship, but it just, all my credits transferred. It was easy. I'm actually graduating earlier than I would have been with nursing. So I'm actually learning sales. So like literally how to shake hands and talk to people.
Like retail or like what?
No. So like outside sales.
So like, let's say you came up with your own product. Are you
Okay,
gonna be able to pitch that and like?
I mean, yeah, I can pitch anything. I can pitch this wine to you right now if I wanted.
Well, unfortunately, I'm not 21, so don't do it to me.
Oh yeah, I would never. But yeah, basically just how to. Okay, so as they explain it in school, it's finding the need of the consumer and then meeting that need. So it's more of just like question asking than anything, more than just, walking up and saying, oh, you need this wine because it's sweet and, everybody likes it. It's more of like, what do you look for in a wine? Or why do you want to buy wine? And then just kind of like bouncing off of that.
I see.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Wolf of Wall Street?
I have.
The movie? Have you seen it?
Oh
Parts
my
of it.
goodness.
Do you guys remember the scene where Jordan Belfort, if you will, is they're all at they're all at dinner and he's like trying to get a team together and he's like, sell me this pen.
Yes. Yes.
First of all, one of the greatest movies of all time, but I see you
Straight
being
facts.
I see you
Glad we can agree on that.
maybe not committing fraud and everything, but I see you being a Jordan Belfort someday.
One day. That's the goal. One day. No, yeah, go ahead.
No, so I like this because me and Ethan, we've had a conversation about education, and Ethan's kind of in the sales side of things.
Right. Definitely.
So it's very easy for Ethan to agree with this. I want to see your standpoint is like, do you think people need school for business and like sales and whatnot? Because Ethan's doing a good job at it now.
Yeah.
With no school.
Yeah. I 100% agree with that.
But do you think you're learning some things that maybe
Yes
other
and
people
no.
wouldn't get?
Yeah, yes and no. Like I'm learning certain terms like customer rapport, which you obviously know, and you have no schooling in sales, but I absolutely do not think you need school for sales. Like if you want like a big time, big name job, like Eli Lilly, like medical sales, something like that, then I mean, yeah, they definitely want a degree. But if you can get into any field, I feel like, besides certain things, but I feel like you can get into pretty much any field without a degree, and a degree doesn't determine your success, especially in something like sales. All you really need for sales, in my opinion, is passion behind what you're selling.
100%.
Couldn't
Holy
agree
cow.
more. Which Ethan, you're passionate as hell about virtual reality.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Which is weird because nobody is.
Yeah, but you are, and people can sense that. Like I can sense that in your posts and like how excited you get like talking about it.
Really?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope that reflects because I really am, and I don't know what it is. I've told Cody this before, but there's something super gratifying about being able to take, people from this town specifically.
Yeah.
30 minutes away from the drug problem,
Right.
subjective opinion. But, you know, yeah, so I just, something about, you know, an escape from reality, especially when there's a lot of people that don't, you know, like their lives, not to take a depressing turn. But just something about selling that is like,
Yeah.
I'm super grateful to even be in this position.
Yeah, exactly. And so you see the benefit towards it, and that's like what kind of drives your passion.
Yeah.
You have to like you have to understand the benefit. Like it's hard to sell something if you don't see the benefit in it and don't see how it could help people. But I totally agree. I did virtual reality at your house way back when. Do you remember?
I think I remember that.
Yeah.
And another thing, not to segue too much, you'll learn pretty quick. I have ADHD so bad. But I have known both of the Hendersons here, but at different time periods of my life.
Mm-hmm.
It's strange.
Which we're actually going to get into in a minute.
Okay.
Not to cut you off.
No, my sincere.
You're
I just
cut
want to
off.
stay on this business
I'm
train
cut off.
for another minute or two.
Gotcha. No. Yeah. For sure.
So you recently had an interview with the Indiana Pacers NBA basketball team.
Yes.
How did that go?
I don't want to get into that too much because
You probably can't say too much about it.
yeah, I mean it's just not, you know, it's kind of
But
distasteful. But
right.
But yeah, I'm trying to get into sports sales. I'm passionate about sports, so that's definitely what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I actually job shadowed with them. Did you know that?
I did not know you job shadowed. I just thought you had like a little interview.
I did both actually. I went to the Pacers Celtics game and I got to watch the game and kind of like help sell season tickets, and it was really cool. I loved it. It was literally I didn't sleep afterwards.
Were you nervous?
No, I was just like so hyped up. I was so excited.
That's awesome.
Ugh, it was awesome. I literally did not sleep. I know it's what I want to do, and so it was cool to finally put myself in that environment.
That's freaking awesome.
Which is
It was cool.
unfortunate now because with the whole coronavirus. I'm so sorry for bringing it up, but like now
It's
the
hard not to bring it
NBA
up.
is like, I mean, they're not doing their thing
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah, like I said earlier, I didn't want to beat the bush, but I mean, the bush is here in front of us right
It
now.
is.
Like
Exactly.
everybody's talking about it. So.
Beat it. Beat it.
Beat it.
At this point.
Anyways.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard not to talk about it. It's like right here in front of us. There's
Yeah,
the bush.
I
yeah.
mean-
Yeah, that's the bush.
So it's nice to see you not only doing sales, which is the thing you're in school for, but also applying it to something you love, which is fitness.
Yeah.
So not only do you get gym time because you work in a gym, but
A very
like
nice
I said,
gym.
you're following your passion of
Yeah.
fitness and sales. So that's like really cool to see. Which Ethan started going to the gym a little bit more. I went for the first time today.
First time in your life?
It might as well be because that's kind of what it felt like. I'm not kidding.
Oh, gosh.
I decided to come in and just hit cardio only.
In your vans, I'm assuming.
In my vans, I did wear my vans. But it just felt good to not be a loser all
Yeah.
day.
What does your brain produce when you work out?
Testosterone or
No.
dopamine?
Dopamine.
Serotonin.
Dopamine.
Which I get dopamine and
Me too.
serotonin mixed up all the time.
Serotonin
Totally.
is the girl hormone, isn't it? Like
No.
No.
it
Yeah.
might-
That would be estrogen.
it's the same thing.
Close enough.
But yeah, no. Yeah, I get
No.
what you're saying. No.
Yeah. Well, so do you have any tips for Ethan and I, or any viewers maybe? wanting
Yeah,
to hit
I'm
the gym?
curious.
As far as
Like, I'm curious to hear. Obviously, there's little things like doing my taxes that I had to Google. I
Oh, right.
Googled everything as my education, and failed a lot in the process. You, for example, like you were talking about earlier with the benefit of, you know, like there's benefits to getting a college degree in certain positions, blah, blah.
right.
One of the things I think is really interesting is you learn probably a lot about like boring stuff like taxes that I wish
I
Google.
don't.
Oh, really?
Not
Really?
at all. Not at all.
So what? Like, what if it? Give me anything then. Tips. Any tips wise?
For taxes?
Not taxes.
Okay.
For the
No,
gym.
sorry.
For
Yeah.
the gym.
For the gym?
Oh, we're talking about the gym.
I was talking about the gym.
We are all. I think Ethan probably has the best advice
Yeah,
for the
I gotta
gym.
take a break on this champagne then. Holy
Do you-
cow!
do you-
I have to
No,
leave.
no,
think
I
you've
was
taken
just
a
as
single
confused.
drink,
No,
but
I was just as
Okay,
confused.
sorry about that.
I thought we were talking about the gym. I may be an idiot. I don't
I
know.
don't have tips on the gym.
Well, but here's the thing. You see me and Ethan. I would consider us the regular gym goer, if you will. You see people there that are there every day, sometimes twice a day.
Facts.
That like The Rock lives in the gym.
Mm-hmm.
I know you see those kind of people there. So like I didn't know if you maybe picked up on some of the things that they were doing that maybe you're like, oh, this would be good to share with the world or something. Or
No,
nah.
not necessarily.
You just failed your business pitch.
I mean, it's the basic thing. Calories in, calories out. It's just dependent on your goal. And I mean, yeah, there's those people. We have a guy at the gym who like tans like 3 times a day, and he's there for like, no joke, like probably 6 hours.
Oh
and yeah, is he ripped?
Well, he's tanning.
What do you think?
So like, yeah, I mean,
Those people who stay there for like 6 hours a day really do make a career out of it, though.
Yeah.
In one way or another, whether it's they're sponsored by IIFYM or
Yeah.
like, you know. So.
Well, he's like he competes. He's an older guy, but yeah, I don't really understand the question.
can
we get
for me, who just started going to the gym, but whenever I would go in my earlier days, in my earlier years, I would always get on Google and be like, ab workouts, and they'd be like, do 25 crunches or do 25 sit-ups or whatever.
Oh, so you want like a good workout plan?
Well, not necessarily, just like dieting, because I mean, I know you take your dieting. I mean, you're vegan. We mentioned it in the first episode.
Yes.
Which I
Thank
do
you
want
for
to
the
know how
shout-out.
I want to know how that's going actually, but just like diet wise and like, I mean, maybe I don't know where I'm going with this.
Let me tell you about a surprising source that I think is really helpful. Reddit.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Holy
Reddit.
moly.
I can't remember like the subreddit name. It might be like Reddit/bodybuilding or something. But it's like a ton of free plans, not necessarily dieting wise, but as far as like workouts, they give like 5-day splits and stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah, it's really helpful. You should definitely look into it.
Well, I'm gonna
That's
have
kind of where I like got my start, I would say.
Well, because I know maybe because it's your job, but I know you're in the gym every day, so that's just really cool to see for you. But on the topic of dieting, I mean, I feel like chicken is the known, like eat chicken, low calorie. I mean, fills you up, whatever. But
Low fat.
you're vegan, so you can't do that.
Correct.
How's it going? What's it like?
Let me let you in on another unknown source. Taco Bell. Taco Bell has been my hero through all of this. I mean, strangely so, but they have so many vegan options, and I go there twice a day.
Really?
Yeah.
Vegan? Like what? What do
Like literally anything, but sub meat for beans, and then add pico. Get the cheese out of there. We don't want the cheese. And then she's vegan.
Holy
Holy cow.
What are the things that you get?
Like a beefy Fritos burrito. No beef, add beans.
No freaking
That's
way.
awesome.
It is. It really is. You wouldn't think, but
You know,
other than
I'm
that-
obsessed with the shredded chicken quesadilla melt. Hate to talk about that when they're not
So what are you gonna
sponsoring
get?
us.
Beans
Yeah, I
instead
know.
of chicken?
If you want to sponsor.
No, yeah, so I guess that's one question. The second one was forgot.
I don't
Never
know,
mind.
but I do want to say one thing. If you're trying to put on mass, vegan is not the way to go.
What if you're trying to lose weight?
If you're trying to lose weight, I lost 13 pounds in like 2 weeks.
That's good for
holy
you.
cow.
Strange.
But you're not starving yourself.
No,
So
I
that's-
eat all the time.
That's kind of
And
huge.
I'm slowly on the segue back to chubby Ethan, unfortunately. So
You're busy.
I'm not necessarily trying to lose weight.
Yeah.
I'd like to, I don't want to be the stereotypical. I want to lose
Yeah.
weight and gain muscle at the
Yeah.
same time, which
I wanna
literally
tone.
isn't possible.
Right.
Toning.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm struggling to figure out what diet I want to do. I've done IIFYM,
Yeah.
which if you guys don't know, it's if it fits your macros.
Yeah.
Basically, bunch of numbers, blah blah. You track everything like a bank account, and so I've done that my entire life. I've never
Right.
even considered vegan.
Yeah,
Give me-
I hadn't either.
sell me on tying it all together. No, but sell me on like why, because I'm totally open-minded.
Yeah.
Sell me on why I should, or if that's a good option for me, or don't
Well,
sell me on
yeah.
it if
Let
it's-
me ask you this: do you like eating meat? Like, do you crave meat?
Unfortunately, sometimes I really do be like in a filet mignon.
Okay, yeah.
Thai vibe,
Well,
yeah.
I would recommend going plant-based. So, like, eating meat occasionally. And I'm a part-time vegan. I will occasionally... I don't eat meat, but what?
Interesting.
Why?
She's a
What
fake
point?
vegan. She's a fake vegan.
Exposed on the podcast.
Oh my gosh,
No.
don't call me out like that.
Anyways, go on.
Part time. I have not eaten a lick of meat
Since New Year's? When?
since before Christmas.
Holy moly! So you're really keeping up on the train. But continue.
Yeah, but I mean, I eat the occasional cheese when there's no option, you know. But as far as like plant-based, I have been led to believe is kind of the way to go. I used to do IFYM too. It's just a lot of work to track all your macros.
Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, plant-based, just to, like, get the nutrients in, and it can be so filling, because, you know, you can eat, like, this much steak, or you can eat this much broccoli, and it's just satisfying to eat, like, a ginormous plate. Like, I could eat that plant right now, you know?
Oh, I thought you were going to say the bananas on my hat.
Well, I could eat those bananas, you know?
Don't eat the bush. We're in the progress of beating it.
Yeah, this is
in the
our
progress-
sacred bush.
In the progress of whatting it?
Beating.
Beating it.
It was a
Beating the
callback.
bush,
It was a
yeah.
callback. A little
Anyways,
bit.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You had to be
I
there.
would recommend watching the documentary Game Changers on Netflix. It's about like powerlifting athletes and football players who went vegan, and just like a lot of enticing evidence that kind of led me to go that way, because I never would have done it either. I used to love meat, but I mean, if you are trying to lose weight, it's a good way to do it, and I don't really know the reasoning behind why.
What's like your main source of protein?
Everyone asks me this.
I'm
and
so curious.
I
think it's
don't
just-
know. I feel like I don't really eat that much protein, which I know is bad, and probably also why I'm losing weight. But I mean, I guess just like beans. I also eat tofu sometimes. I know, disgusting.
Tofu's magical though.
It is, but
It's also disgusting.
it's
Also-
horrible.
It's also disgusting. Yeah.
It's awful.
Well, I know Dad's kind of on the vegan train with you.
Yeah, what does Dad eat?
Well, to be honest, I don't live at home, so I have no idea. But
True.
He's, how Carli says, going partial. Dad says that he won't let it be more than 5% of his like weekly diet.
What, meat?
Meat.
Okay.
So like he will occasionally, but just maybe for that little source.
Yeah,
of
so that's like plant-based, I would say.
Yeah, for sure, plant-based. Now he is a little bit older than us, if you would say.
A little bit.
So being an older fella, he's saying being vegan helps him, or like he wakes up feeling better and like ready to go. And like for me, I feel like I would die if I didn't eat meat because I love meat. Do you notice those same?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah. Like 5 days in, I just noticed my brain working better. I know that sounds crazy, but I think I have a little bit of like an attention problem, and I just noticed myself being able to listen more and just like think things through a little bit better, which I know that sounds so cheesy.
No, I'm not like dismissing that at all. I'm honestly super interested right now.
Yeah, I was amazed. Like everyone asked me, what are your main effects that you notice? And I'm like, my brain literally works better. Like I can just tell.
Which is crazy.
Which is another selling point for you, perhaps.
Holy freaking cow.
Yeah, holy freaking cow is right.
Holy freaking cow. I wonder if it's different for other people. Anyways,
Probably.
I'm like conceptualizing possibly doing this in my brain right now on the podcast.
You could try it.
Well, let me tell you what. My bet with myself was that I would do it until spring break, which was 5 days ago. And after like 3 weeks, I decided I want to continuously do this forever.
Do you think
I
you're going
loved
to do
it.
this for the rest of your life?
Probably, yes.
Holy freaking crap.
God, it would be so hard to not have another shredded chicken quesadilla
Yeah, you're
melt
not wrong.
Those are good.
ever again.
They do hit.
with the shredded chicken. That's all I was going to say. Anyways.
He said what he wanted to say.
What were you saying?
I ate a bite of Qdoba chicken on accident the other day.
Oh,
No. Listen, hear me out. I sprinted over to the trash can and I spit it out.
Really?
It was awful.
Really?
Hated it.
You didn't even
Man,
like the
that's
taste of
commitment.
it.
Hated it.
Oh, you didn't like it.
I hated
I
it.
thought you were just that committed. You were like, oh, I can't eat
Oh,
this
no.
chicken. No.
I feel like you're developing a tolerance to
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Though. Like, which is crazy to me because what have humans been doing since the beginning of humanity?
I'll tell you what.
What?
Eating meat.
Exactly. Hunters and
Gatherers.
hunters. Yeah,
Gatherers.
What's the word?
hunters and gatherers, right? So the males would go out and kill themselves a buffalo and bring it home to their children and wives or whatever, and that was like standard. They weren't just eating berries and whatnot.
The gatherers were.
Which obviously we've come a long way since then. Don't get me wrong, but it's just crazy because like it's just human nature to be like meat. So
It is.
it's cool to see people like you and dad and cousins, whatever, to be able to be like, no.
Yeah.
And doing well and
Yeah.
like feeling better. And like, I think I mentioned it in the first podcast, but some Netflix documentary or whatever
Yeah.
about like it is proven like it's a healthier
Yeah. Game
lifestyle.
Changers. The documentary.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, and I think what drove me, and I know that you have an addictive personality, and
for sure.
yeah, I feel like you do too, like kind of do too. Okay,
Yeah.
whatever. I was
Whatever.
just addicted to like making a bet with myself, like I won't do this, like no matter the circumstances, I will not eat meat, I won't eat cheese, and I did that for a while, and it was addicting to just like chase that, and then I fell in love with it. So
That's awesome.
That's freaking
that's
awesome.
kind of the way to go.
It's kind of like those people who are like addicted to running. You know who I'm talking? You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about?
Oh yeah.
Like the people that'll wake up and be like, I'm running 5 miles every morning. I'm like,
Different breed.
yeah, like
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
completely different topic, but like, I think more people need to. That's not true because that could be bad.
I
What?
enjoyed running. There was a point where I was running so much that my shins were literally crying.
Literally,
I heard them. Swear. No lies.
tears coming out of your.
Promise.
Amazing.
Sweat. Just having to be tears.
Okay, fine. It wasn't that literal, but no. Yeah, and so that was the only reason I didn't really like running a whole lot was just because how bad it hurts your shins, especially when you run on road.
Oh yeah.
Or
On road.
Run on grass.
Sorry, boy,
Run on
can we
road.
just get a little check on how far I am into this? I know I'm like a little baby boy, but that's a lot for me. I'm new to this world.
He's new to this game. But that's okay. That's okay. That's a good
Anyways,
thing. It's
sorry.
a good thing.
May I ask what you're drinking?
Sparkling grape juice.
Wait for it. I'm empty today.
Exposed.
I'm empty today. I was gonna fill it up with some of that water, unsponsored water, right there.
Don't put the logo.
Do not reveal the
Which I'm
name.
gonna do right now, but unfortunately, I'm unable to join you in this adventure here. So, in the
Soon.
Quite all
bubbly,
right.
in the what?
It's quite all right.
It is quite all right. I'm okay with it. But it just save it for the 21st.
Yeah, I'm excited for you to experience the world of, I don't know, I guess wine tasting, and maybe we can go to a wine. What do they call that? A wine tasting?
A winery.
Winery sometime.
Which
Maybe.
which was what I was getting to, because you and your friends go to the winery all. Yeah, that just sounded like
What
a
the heck
2-year-old.
was that?
Huh?
Yeah,
Weird. New
you and your
pitch.
friends go to the winery all the time.
All the time. Wine slushies. Wine slushies are the move.
Wine slushies exist.
Exist.
That sounds disgusting.
And beer milkshakes.
That also sounds.
That
just
sounds pretty gross.
repulsive.
But those wine slushies, though, can we
Oh,
get
yeah.
back to those?
Wait. Do you want to go to a winery?
I would freaking love that.
Holy
Okay.
crap!
Actually, we'll have to. Yeah.
You guys should go.
Okay.
100%.
We'll
the
coordinate
winery.
that.
Okay.
Well, me and Danny, you know Danny. I know Danny. You don't know Danny.
I don't know Danny.
But me and Danny, we have the same birthday. Danny's a friend of mine, and we agreed we're going to the bars together when we turn 21.
I think when you guys made those premeditated plans, I was also there and want to be invited, but also it's fine. If
No,
not.
you're welcome, Carly. You can come too.
Maybe-
if you want,
okay.
But
Oh, sweet.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
that's besides the point. but-
Anyways,
yeah, no, we have the same birthday. So
Can I
it's
ask you what bars you will be attending? If you say small town bars, I'll be upset.
So here's the thing: we don't disclose where we live, so I'm gonna actually block that out. But
That's
fear,
it, yeah,
fear
it's
no
not that
more.
deep. okay.
However, when I'm 21, I don't plan on being in Wabash anymore.
He has
Tea.
huge hopes for the magic coastal land that they call California.
Okay.
Huge hopes.
Okay.
I just want to bring it up real quick, not to get too far
No,
into
dude.
it. But
Okay.
let me explain why. I know they say like, "Oh, Hollywood, the place of dreams," blah blah. blah, the place of
Everyone has the same voice in Cody's world.
Yeah, I know. Man, that's besides the point. That's neither here nor there. But like, what does California not have? If you want the city, you got San Francisco, you got LA, San Diego, whatever. If you what?
Low taxes is what they don't have.
Yeah, milk is $9.
That is
Yes.
true. It is very expensive, but hear me out.
Okay.
You got the big cities.
Sommelier.
You
I'm trying.
you got the big cities. You got LA. You got San Francisco, San Diego. But if you're trying to cut back a little bit, you got nature. We got Yosemite National Park. We got Redwood Forest. We got the Sahara Desert. Not Sahara. The Mojave Desert. That's what I meant to say. So it's like, if you want the winters, you go up north to northern Cal. If you want warm all the time, you go to southern Cal. Like, it just has everything, and everything there's just so chillax. I mean, actually,
Not everything, but
you didn't go with me and mom and dad
Correct.
when we went, but I mean, I've been a couple times, but I'm obsessed with the lifestyle there. So like, that's my whole reason of.
I mean, if you have a way to fund it, I would love to live in California, but it's very expensive.
It's very expensive, and I wouldn't even care.
Yeah, homes down there are selling for like. Well, also I looked at suburbs, so homes down there are like $2 million in the suburbs.
Which I wouldn't even care if I'm working a factory job. I take the fame and like none of that matters to me. It's just the whole. I'm tired of being cold in January, man. When we went to Florida in January, it was 75 degrees, and I'm thinking to myself, this is alien to me.
Yeah. Why don't you live in Florida then?
Vibes are not the same.
Vibes are not the same.
The West Coast vibe is just something.
And I'm not trying to deter you because I know how super invested you are in trying to get to California. And I am supportive of that, but I'm curious. Wait.
What is going on?
What is happening?
Continue your story.
What is happening?
But I'm curious if you've ever. Oh boy. I'm curious if you've ever considered like somewhere a little more low income, like Mississippi, just for starters.
It's close to California.
It is
I
very
don't know
close.
why Mississippi was thrown out there.
It's close to Florida, but it's not Florida, so it's not as expensive.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Is Mississippi?
Am I forgetting?
Is Mississippi South?
Are you in?
Mississippi.
This brings us back to when.
No, I don't know.
When Ethan said China was a continent. Yes.
I did get smoked.
Mississippi is south. It's right next to Alabama. Do you know where Alabama is?
I'm familiar.
Yeah. Right,
yeah.
So. Yeah.
Okay. That is completely my bad. I was thinking of Minnesota.
What?
They both start with an M and an I.
That's fair. I can give it to her.
No.
Minnesota.
Hey.
I saw it. That's besides the point. Anyway, the reason I won't go to Mississippi, the reason I don't have dreams, like, what does Mississippi have to offer?
Yeah, it's a bunch
me?
of dumb crap down there for sure. No offense
take
to
the
Mississippi
money out of
viewers.
It, I don't care if I'm living in poverty, dude. The vibes will make up for it. Which I think, like, although money does get you a lot in life, and yes, legitimately can buy you happiness, I think it's all up here.
Perspective for sure.
Perspective is
All
everything.
day.
So
100%.
if I made a penny a day in California, I wouldn't even care.
Shoot,
Like,
man,
I'm in
fair enough.
California.
I can't argue that. That's pure passion.
I get that.
Which is continue.
Have you ever considered Texas?
I've been to Texas once or twice, and
for like 24 hours.
I did. Excuse me. I did like Texas, but I mean, if you've been to California, I mean,
It hits different.
it hits. I mean, you went.
Yeah.
A few
I
months
loved it.
ago,
I loved
a
it.
year ago or so. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I've been to Florida probably 4 or 5 times and wished that I was in California.
Yeah.
Just because of the vibe, and it's not even like about like, I don't know if it's legal in Florida, but like, like marijuana and stuff like that. It's not even about like all the unspoken. We can't have that in Indiana. But it's not even really about that necessarily. It's just like, and all the other, is that the only thing that they're unique about is marijuana is legal
In California?
Yeah, it's pretty much legal everywhere nowadays, but
I think. You
Say
go.
it.
No, you're the
Say
guest.
it.
You go.
Okay, well, I mean, the terrain's a lot different in California. The terrain in Mexico, well, I was actually in Baja, California, which is kind of like a part of Mexico. Mm-hmm. It was really similar to California because you have, like, the mountains. Like you were saying, you also have skiing, lakes, like beautiful lakes, and the beach. Whereas, like, in Florida, you don't really get the mountains or, like, any sort of terrain. It's just beaches.
That's true.
And then, like, swamps.
Yeah, pretty much.
As someone who's been to Florida a lot, I can say that I'm like kind of over Florida. Like I've been enough times. Like no matter where you go, like if you're in Miami, you're in the party scene. If you're in, I don't know, let's say where did we go? Like kind
like
of in
Fort
the
Myers?
like kind of in the Pensacola area,
Oh, yeah.
where like all the old retired people are. Like
New Smyrna.
New Smyrna.
New Smyrna.
You
we've
came
been
there with
you,
us.
You went with
that
us.
was a
actually.
great time. I remember you Not to deter too much, but I remember you showing up and surprising everybody, which was super cool.
I did. Can I tell a story about New Smyrna?
Yeah, I'm over this whole
100%.
California.
I think you might
you
might know where I'm going with this.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, yeah. So Ethan and I decided we were going to go on a run to a gym that was 3 miles away.
Oh boy.
And
Oh my gosh, I remember this.
I remember vividly.
Everybody should. Anyways.
I have PTSD about it. We took pre-workout before. It was my time or my first time, and so we were like sprinting, and it's like 80 degrees, and Ethan says, "I'm going to vomit." And so what did we do but pull over to the side of the sidewalk and
pull over as in like we were running. So yeah.
Yeah, so we ran over to the side of the sidewalk, actually in a resort parking lot. Ethan pulled trig and vomited a lot, and then we Ubered to the gym.
Yeah,
That is awesome.
we tried.
We did.
We really did. I used to be kind of into fitness. I think, thankfully, you stuck with it. But then I had a shoulder problem, which is like the best excuse in the world. Everybody uses like, "Oh, well, I had a shoulder issue."
Well, you had to be there.
Yeah,
You had to be there.
But moral of the story is you had to be there. There was a lot of vomit and a lot of Uber.
A lot of Uber.
Which
A lot of cash money into the Uber.
we brought up New Smyrna, Florida, and earlier in the podcast you mentioned you knew us individually separate times.
It's very
earlier in
crazy,
life.
by the way.
So do you want to maybe lead into that?
Kind of like, 100%. I would love to. So I think it's super crazy. I swam in high school because I sucked at every sport, everything. Carli pointed at herself because she can totally relate to me. We both I don't know if you played any other sports.
I used to play basketball.
Okay.
Well, I used to sit on the bench in basketball.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I did the same thing in football. Anyways, so we both swam. And that was kind of what put me into my whole fitness journey, especially like losing 20 pounds was like insane.
Yeah.
From swim season. But anyways, I knew Carli, and I always kind of saw like Cody like around, like either at your guys' parents' house or at swim
meets.
swim practice or swim meets as well. And I always kind of looked at you as, hopefully you don't take this weird since we live together now, but like I always looked at you as like very man, what's the word?
Well, I was a piece of shit back then.
No, not a piece of shit. I wasn't even going to go there because...
No, I was, though.
I thought it was super cool, kind of like how you were you were very charismatic, and you kept like a business composure in a time where I couldn't even spell the word entrepreneur. So that was just super fascinating to me to see you writing on when I bought an audio mixer from you in high school a long time ago, and you wrote a receipt, and it was like the most, like I was like, wait, is he just writing this for like his own ego, or is there like a deeper meaning that I should know about? Obviously, like nowadays I'm like, shoot, tax write-offs are a thing, just little stuff like that.
Which that would not classify as a tax write-off.
Yeah, no, but I mean, like you had it up there somewhere in a time where I was like, meathead, like where's the hottest girl I can find in high school, which sucks, and it's super like it's kind of uncanny for me to mention that because I don't know, it's just an ego thing. But anyways, I could go on for hours. My point is so I knew Carli for a very long time.
Yes.
And then now moving in with Cody, starting a podcast, I never thought I would have any relationship with you at all, ever in my life. Which, by the way,
our relationship now is like...
blossoming.
Dude, I
see my fingers? I want everybody to look at my fingers.
This is a bond that will last forever.
100%.
At this point in time.
I'm going with you anywhere and everywhere you need, unless I have to buy a gallon of milk for $9. I might change it. No, I'm kidding.
Let him buy the milk.
Yeah.
So just to add on to the whole relationship earlier in life is you were older than Ethan by a year.
By a smidge, yeah.
Yeah.
I was younger than you by 2 years. So like the whole, as I was a freshman in high school, you were a senior, and you would have been
a junior, which is like a kind of a big gap when you're at that age, I feel like.
Yeah, so it's like, I mean, you guys being closer than me and him being closer, which got you two to get to know each other a little bit more. And then once you left the scene, your senior year of high school, you did swim, and I joined the swim team, and like
We talked minimal.
We talked minimal, but we knew each other, and now we're broskies.
Which is crazy, and it all happened over a Snapchat.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, I recall the Snapchat.
I don't want to get too into it, but he posted. I mentioned this in the first episode. If anyone's curious, so never mind.
First episode.
Yeah, first episode.
Now we got a bond. I love you, buddy.
Yeah,
and it makes me
100%
very
love you,
happy, might I add, because I love you both dearly.
Aww.
And it's just like a big old love triangle
It really is.
in the least weird way possible.
It is, and then like I know you're distant, doing stuff, and that's sweet. I'm doing stuff. You know, Cody's doing stuff. We happen to be in this. I shouldn't say crappy town because, you know, I have a business here. Small town.
Yes.
But you know, I think it's cool we can bond in this small town and hope.
Yeah, and also, like, I feel like I could call you both for anything if I need it.
Oh, 100%.
Sometimes Ethan, even though I was an hour and 15 minutes away, would call me asking for things such as Wendy's, which doesn't make a lot of sense, but
Yeah,
I would if I could.
Now it'd be Taco Bell.
yeah, we've had quite a few conversations for sure, but
Yeah.
Well, Carli,
Yeah.
do you have anything you would like to close on?
I have a real question. I've been waiting to delve into this because I was introduced as a wannabe Instagram model, and I want to know what makes a wannabe Instagram model. And I don't know. I just want to hear about this a little bit.
All right.
me too.
Do you mind if I say something real quick?
Go
Oh,
for it.
my feelings are about to be
No,
hurt.
I'm gonna be very.
Oh no.
Even before this podcast. But when we're in Florida or wherever it may be, and I can only I can only imagine this for your friends and whatnot.
I know where it's going.
Gosh, I know. So I'm excited.
Golden hour comes. You guys know what golden hour is? It's like the perfect sun temperature, like right when it's at the perfect angle, whatever. Best lighting known to man. This girl is, we gotta go, take shots, posing, like crazy things. To be fair, you get the likes. But
Not really, but
that's
sometimes.
besides the point, because bringing it back to episode 2, no one gives a shit about your likes. Well, you shouldn't care about it. Whatever. Watch episode 2. But, yeah.
6 p.m. hits and Cody is running in the opposite direction from me because he knows I'm about to attack him with poses and different outfits.
Yes. And golden hour is a very limited time.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
You didn't know golden hour was a thing?
No.
Tell us what time golden hour is.
I mean, it depends on where you are and like the time of year, but it's usually about 30 minutes right before the sun kind of hits the setting point. It's like they call it the golden hour because it's very golden. It's very you can get very soft images, if you will, but it's very desired lighting. It's like prime light, but it's only there for about 30 minutes. So you better
imagine what Cabo looked like.
Oh, I can only imagine. I'm very
the
jealous.
poor men that had to take so many pictures of me and my friends.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I know that position.
Yeah,
I mean, it happened right before this podcast.
Interesting. Okay, I just wanted to hear a little bit about that.
Sorry, I'm dying. Ethan, do you have anything you want to close on?
Yeah, I do actually. There's one thing I really wanted to mention. I worked super hard on it. No, I'm joking. No, so and this is a little bit of a plug, but we started a Patreon. If you're not familiar with Patreon, it basically allows you to pledge different amounts. It'll be in the description, so you can check it out more for yourself. And they all have access to special tiers. Cody and I have an episode planned. It's a private.
We have a couple things planned.
Yeah, a couple things. One specifically that I really just kind of want to bring up for the heck of it. I'm not going to disclose what it is, but
it's a 30-minute special.
We have a 30-minute special that's only available to Patreon supporters.
It's going to be good.
Yeah, and oh boy, yeah, you're going to want to be there for sure. So whether it's, there's a tier where you get free t-shirts, stickers, and just basically a huge thank you care package, all the way down from, just a press kit. And press kit basically just including high quality resolution images of, the logo and blah, blah. But yeah, so, I mean, anyways, to wrap it up, definitely feel free to check it out. We never expect any money from any of you guys.
Literally take the money out of it. Literally, if you're just watching on YouTube, appreciate you to death,
dude. That's the best part
but it does help us
100%
significantly to help make things better and improve things constantly.
Yeah, I mean, to be 100% transparent, and you can choose whether or not you take this out. But, and I probably shouldn't have even said that, but like, for example, just little stuff around Carli's microphone, like we have microphone stands, and that's a great microphone stand. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure it was a pretty penny. I didn't buy that, so bless your heart.
But
regardless,
no pop filter.
yeah, no pop filter. So it's just like little stuff like that really supports the heck out of us. If you consume, there's a $3 tier.
Like these plain walls, we have plans for these plain walls, but it's very hard
Oh
for us to
yeah, took me a minute.
I don't want to make it all about money, but I mean, in a nutshell, it just helps us.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then the last thing I want to say is we're now on Apple Podcasts. Thank you, Ethan, for making that happen. So
yeah, no big deal. I'm just gonna sit this real quick.
The actual last thing I wanted to say is just thank you for letting me come on the show.
Oh
yeah.
I'll be honest. Sure. I was hesitant before it all started, but I watched the first two episodes.
There's 3, so you're fake.
Okay, I was in Mexico. I was in Mexico.
Yeah, that's
okay,
fair.
I watched the first 2 though, and I was really impressed. They're really good quality. I enjoy listening to them. I show my friends; they enjoy listening to them. So yeah.
Welcome to the family.
Respect.
Welcome
Thank
to the
you.
family.
But yes, thank you for having me on.
Thank you for coming. Hopefully, it was a lax environment for you.
It was.
Hopefully, you guys enjoyed. We plan on having more guests in the future, but yeah, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully, you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll be seeing you.